Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to be looking at user defined data types. And what do user defined data types mean? They basically mean that I now want to create my own data type. So let's say I've been working with int a, float b, and so on till now. This is what we've been doing. Now what I want to do is, let's say I want to create a complex number. So I say complex z1, that should actually create a variable z1. And in case of a complex number, it'll probably have two components, two integers or two floats, let's say. That would be the real part and the imaginary part. So I want to be able to do something like that. Or let's say instead of float, I want to use the word decimal. I should be able to do that. So that's what we're going to be looking at. These are all called user defined data types, and we look at these in this video and the videos that follow. So the first thing we're going to be looking at in this video is pretty simple. It's the typedef keyword, and what the typedef keyword allows me to do is to give a different name for an existing data type. So it's not, in literal sense you might say that it's not a user defined data type, it's just renaming an existing data type. So what I can do is, let's say I do a typedef and then I write what I want to rename. So I want to rename, let's say, float. And what do I want to rename this to? Let's say I want to rename this to decimal. So I go ahead and write that. And now what I can do is I say decimal d1 comma d2, and let's just save this program and try running it. So I do gcc typedef.c -o typedef, and as you can see it compiled just fine. And this d1 and d2 are exactly like floats. They are floats, in fact. It's just an alias that I've given the word float. So this is often useful sometimes when I want to do something like this. I do typedef unsigned char, and when I say unsigned, it just means that a character is 8 bits. So when I say unsigned, it just means uh, don't use the most significant byte for the sign, or let's just say don't use the 2's complement notation. Just use all 8 bytes for the value itself. That increases my range that I can store. So this I can just call it, let's say, a byte. And now what I can do is I can create a byte b1, b2, and so on. And that actually becomes pretty useful sometimes. And this typedef is also often used to make programs more portable, which means that they will run on different machines. So a lot of times we see things like typedef unsigned int, and then we might have something like a uint 32 underscore t. And this uint 32 underscore t is basically just uh, the uint is stands for unsigned int, and then the 32 is for the number of bits. So if you remember, an int is 4 bytes, that would be 32 bits. So that's what this means, and this is often used a lot of times. So this is something that I just wanted to show you. Typedef, you at the end you might call it not a user-defined data type in literal sense, but it's something you should know. And that's it for this video. In the videos that follow, we'll take a look at enumeration, union, structs, all of those things. These are just more user-defined data types. So I'll see you there.